Scent accounts are fantastic, and I only learnt them when I discovered expertforex.com. When you Google how to trade Forex with small accounts, normally you would find out about micro accounts. But micro accounts are terrible. You are actually more at risk at blowing your entire account if you're going to use a micro account. Let me illustrate this on a real account. I've got $100 here. What if you wanted to trade this move here? Your stop loss, let's say, would be 130 pips, and your take profit would be about 200 pips. I'll bring up the trade panel. Our stop loss was about 130, take profit was 200. What if I wanted to only risk 1% of our account? The lot sizing is too small because we only have a $100. How much money do we need to risk in order to have 130 pip stop loss? 5? Still too small. 20. At 20% risk, we can trade with a minimum lot sizing on the pound for hour with a 200 take profit. That's a 20% risk. If this trade was to lose, we would lose 20% of our account. That's terrible in terms of money management. I've switched over to an FBS cent account where $100 turns into $10,000. I'm going to bring up the trade panel again. Stop loss was 130 again. Take profit was 200. And we're going to risk 1% of our account. 1% of 10,000 is $100, and we are allowed to take this trade. I hope that illustrates why micro accounts, even though you can trade 0.01 lots, is still terrible because you still have to risk 20-30% of your account per trade. Whereas cent accounts, you can risk 1 or 2% of your account and follow best money management practices. I never really thought about what a robot trading setup would look like. In my head, it might be a PC having 2 or 3 MT4 terminals, one for a test, one for a live account, seeing a robot setup of 6 to 7 PCs and having 20 to 30 MT4 terminals in it. It clicked in my head and made me realize that's the level of testing you need to do. That's how you achieve financial success. I need to test 20, 30, 40 different settings across different EAs to have real success. After realizing this, I've upgraded my PCs. Now I have a 3 PC setup. Still not up to the 6, 7 that other people have, but I'm getting there. Currently I have over 100 tests running and I still feel like I don't have enough. Analysis of these 100 EAs already has taught me so much, and I can only foresee more and more growth in the next few months. I am a professional programmer and I can code in MT4 and MT5. However, I choose not to trade. The problem with coding is you get into analysis paralysis and you're trying to build this perfect EA that will handle all market conditions when none exist. If you have a range of EAs, some that perform well in trending environments, some that perform well in ranging environments, then you can move on from the first step. Because the first step is identifying the strategy, second step is testing, tweaking, portfolio management. If you're coding, you get stuck in the first step and you never progress to the 5 other steps that are critical to success. I was stuck in that analysis paralysis stage for a long time. So that's why I recommend get out of there and start testing, start tweaking, and start managing a portfolio. 9 things to get right to turn your Forex EA into a money-making machine. Again, something I've never considered before until it was pointed out to me. Who thought there are so many aspects of robot trading that need to be fine-tuned and tweaked? There are a lot of misleading information online that makes robot trading so easy. You just find an EA, a trending EA, find a ranging EA, plug them both in, and off you go, making millions. This screen here that shows you the 9 aspects that you need to get right in order to be successful in robot trading makes you realize how much harder it is than you initially anticipated to be successful in robot trading. The video that references the trees from the forest, but the concept is that people are so consumed with finding the holy grail. They're trying to find the perfect tree, whereas if they took a step back and took a look at the forest from an overall perspective, they realize that, hey, markets have different phases. They've got the trending phase, the sideways phase, a different volatility. There is no such thing as an EA that will handle all those different volatile, trending, sideways market conditions. When you realize this, you can take a step back and start building your portfolio of EAs. You have sideways EAs and trending EAs and trade them in tandem. So you have the tools at your disposal. When the market starts trending, put more money into the trending EAs. When the market starts going sideways, put more money into the sideways EAs, so you can benefit from all sorts of market conditions. The multiplier effect. Some of the concepts built into the EAs at expertforex.com are not that complicated. For example, the make money is just 2 moving averages and ADX. Not mind-blowing at all. But when you add the multiplier effect, instead of having 1 entries, you can have 3, 4, 5, even 10 entries. You can greatly magnify your gains. A lot of the strategies you see on TradingView and YouTube are so complex. They've got like 5, 6, 7 different indicators there, and I have no idea what's going on. People say keeping it simple is best. The make money is a perfect example. You've just got 2 moving averages and ADX. Combined with a multiplier effect, you can have fantastic results. The tradable RSI is another simple concept. All you have is the RSI combined with the ADX. But when you add the multiplier effect, where you can have multiple entries per trade, you really have a fantastic opportunity to increase your profits. The Grid Trend Multiplier, along with a few other EAs, also have a percentage of equity, which is another version of the multiplier effect. You can see here in this example, the Grid Trend Multiplier only using 1 multiplier effect, where it takes profit at every single grid line. However, when I add another multiplier effect, the percentage of equity, the difference in profits is phenomenal. Competitions are fantastic learning opportunities to learn how an EA works. I've been following expertforex.com for about 2 years now. I've participated in 2 competitions and have won prizes in both. I have a firm grasp on both the Grid Trend Multiplier and the Profit Retriever. It takes months to master an EA, to understand all the different settings, how they work with each other, and the different strategies that can be employed. Yes, you can learn yourself by taking EA and spending months on it, but the opportunities during a competition is much greater because you can spy on other successful strategies and traders using the spy tool, which I will link in the description below. As long as you can access the FX Blue account, you can spy on them and have a guesstimate of what their strategy is. I have 12 other EAs, but I have no idea how they work because I haven't dedicated the time to learn them. Everyone should be participating in Forex competitions, especially when they involve demo accounts and are totally risk-free. Who cares about winning? You don't have to be crazy and me and have 150 entries. All you need is 1 or 2, spy on other people, and continually adapt your strategy to learn how your EA works. Entry is not important. I had the privilege of spending 1 full day with a bunch of full-time traders who are working for an Australian proprietary firm. The general consensus after about 10 years of trading was that entry was not important. And I've seen that statement made a number of times from successful traders, but I really hate it when people just make random statements with nothing to back it up. The Profit Retriever and the Grid Trend Multiplier are 2 fantastic EAs that prove this point. I'm not going to make that statement without some hard evidence. Let me show you my charts. This is a trade I took recently using the Grid Trend Multiplier. This is Euro-USD on the 4-hour chart. I used the planner tool to pick the top of the range bound area and the bottom of the range bound area with about 5 open trades. You can see here I've calculated a holding loss of about negative $500. And I'm hoping to make $500 out of this. We're going to take buy and sell trades at the same time. And this is the result. You can see it traded over 3 different levels, taking both buy and sell trades randomly in a grid pattern, and the target was reached pretty quickly from the 27th to the 29th of December. Here is the recent trade I took on the Aussie Swiss franc on the 4-hour. You can see there are a bunch of buy and sell trades almost looking like random and overall I risked $1,000 and I made $400 in profit. I decided to stop it there because I thought it might have started trending, but it looks like it is going sideways again. Another example of how entry is not important. I'm entering at 4 or 5 different places, and overall this is still profitable. Accounts are actually tools. Just like how you can have an EA as a tool and multiple EAs to spread your risk, you can also use accounts as a risk management tool. People make such a big deal about blowing accounts, but it's not the end of the world. If you're splitting your money over 10 different accounts and you're trading aggressive strategies in the hope of doubling, tripling, quadrupling your account, it's okay if one of them blows. I learned this from my experience winning the profit retriever competition. This is a fantastic EA, but it is a high drawdown EA. I've seen my own accounts in the competition go from 0 to 1,500% in a matter of weeks. As long as you cater for these blown accounts in your overall strategy, every time your account doubles, withdraw the funds and can continue doing that until the account blows. This will require a major shift in the way people think about accounts, and not everybody has the stomach to handle that kind of emotional turmoil. The Grid Trend Multiplier is one of my favorite EAs. In a world where most YouTubers will tell you you need to have the perfect entry in a trend, in a reversal, this throws all of that out the window. When you get the direction wrong, you can still be profitable. Check out this trade here. In a clear uptrend, I'm selling. But you can see I still managed to make $30 while risking $100 in this trade. The Grid Trend Multiplier turns trading into maths. If we go into the planning tool and open up a chart, we can calculate exactly how much loss we're going to have. Let's say we want to trade from the top to the bottom here. It tells us exactly we are potentially going to have a holding loss of negative $62. If we want to increase that to 0.05, now we know that we're in a holding loss of $300. You can calculate your own risk and be assured that you're not going to lose more or less than what you put in here. The Profit Retriever is expertforex.com's latest EA, and this is by far my favorite EA. It is so robust and it has so much potential to really double, triple, quadruple your account. My personal opinion is that it is a fantastic short-term tool. It's not a set and forget type of EA because it has high profitability. It also has high risk. Your approach should have multiple accounts, trading multiple currencies with multiple strategies. Some will double, triple, quadruple, and some might blow. It requires a bit of a change in psychology to use, but once you adapt yourself to this method, it has so much potential. That's the 10 tips I found that really leveled up my robot trading. In the next video, I apply all the lessons that I learned to continually build, fine-tune, and tweak and improve my robot portfolio trading. Bye.